record.
Carvelous.
Welcome to the mainstream, where we talk and we laugh about life, love, and everything that we have. Tune in, sit back, and relax your mind. We're here to entertain, it's podcast time. We got stories to share and advice to give on how to be the best man that you can live. So come join the conversation, be a part of the team. Welcome to the mainstream, it's where you want to be.
Welcome to the Mainstream Podcast Season 4. Mike, Josh, and Ryan here tonight. We got some good tales coming from Boone, Iowa, Boone National Racing. For Ryan, he's been gone for a while, and obviously we had an episode before this, but we wanted to share some good insights from Boone Nationals. How'd you run?
Like shit.
I knew that answer.
Terrible.
But I figured I'd ask.
Hold on. Terrible, motor blown, nothing happened major?
No,
Okay.
none of that. We just didn't. So I've been to Boone 3 times. What you have to understand about Boone is it's more luck than anything.
Yeah.
Like, you have to start good. You have to have a heat with people. Like, there's some guys that just are faster than shit, right? But none of that really played a factor. Our driver was just not good. No, racing wise, it wasn't very good. We got there Saturday before Super National starts on Monday. It always starts on, what is that, Labor Day?
Yeah.
Always starts on Labor Day. And they run a 2-day show before it called the Prelude to Super Nationals. Saturday night, they run modifieds and stock cars, and we get to practice. So we showed up on Saturday, and I was like, I'm not going to practice. Fuck it. We won't do it. Go and watch half the days of racing. I'm like, all right, let's go unload the car and practice.
Yep.
So we practiced, and it was okay. So I was talking to somebody, and they said, you need to change gears. You have the wrong rear end gear in to run here. And I'm like, all right, well, we'll try it. So got up Sunday, changed the rear end gear. Well, we got into our parking spot for the week, changed the rear end gear, started on the front row outside of my heat race, and I didn't really know anyone in it. I'm like, oh, this will be fun. I'm going to wax them. Put the wrong gear in. Like halfway down the straightaway, I was hitting the rev limiter chip, and I could feel the car slow down. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, we are so fucked. So dropped back to third, and I ended up the fourth place guy was on the bottom, but it was kind of greasy down there, and he was trying to pass me, and I just kept chopping his nose. Like,
yeah.
He'd have had to hit me to pass me, and thank God he didn't. But we made the feature that night, qualified for it, but it rained out, so they just took the 24 cars that made the feature. They took the purse, split it evenly. Everyone got $150, I think.
Oh, nice.
So technically we finished 24th. That's where I would have started.
Yeah.
But so yeah, that was all right. I think had we run that feature that night, my week would have been different because it would have been more laps on the track, more time on the track. I'd have got settled in, you know.
So was that the correct call on the rear end? Like, was that accurate? Did it have to be that gear ratio?
No, I ended up changing it Monday morning.
Okay.
So I had a 600.
So was that sabotage?
No, it wasn't sabotage. They just, depending on how your motor is and your driving style, some guys like to hit the rev limiter.
Okay.
And they drive through it. But I mean, you don't get it. You don't go no faster. You know what I mean? It just depends.
So you have to understand how this works, right? So they'll run out and they'll run a heat race, and then all of a sudden they'll sit there and contemplate in their head numerous times. So what do I need to change on my vehicle to make sure I'm fast for that? Is the track going to be different?
Right.
This and that, and then Boone might run different than Makokada anyways. So they're constantly, it's always going through their heads like, what do I need to change? And sometimes you want to look at it and be like, dude, you just got first in your heat.
Yeah.
Keep it the same.
Don't change shit.
No,
but it doesn't work that way.
Really?
Mike came to a few races this year, and he's like, "You're changing stuff?" I'm like, "Yeah, we need to change stuff. The track's changing." But like, the last 2 times I went to Boone before this year, ran fine with that gear.
Yep.
The 600 in. But different motor. Different year. We're on different setup, doing different things. So it's like, if the local guys that run here a lot that I know are saying that I need to run a 620,
Yep.
I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
Not the answer for us. So
No.
we put the 600 back in. Actually, my 600 I didn't run because it looked a little funky, and I was going to get it repaired, but I couldn't. There's no guarantee I'd get it back in time to race. These kids pitted right next to us were from Canada.
Hey.
Like the grandpa owned everything from Canada, and then his 18-year-old grandson was racing.
That's cool though.
And, like both the grandpa's boys have stock cars and stuff. They're I guess they're really well known
Big
in the
racing
Canada
family.
area. I never heard of them. My buddy Mike that helps me knew who they were, but
Yeah.
he's like, well, we have a 600 gear that will work. Just use it. And I'm like, well, no, I don't. No. What if you need it? He's like, well, just take it out. I'm like, I think I'm okay. He's like, just put it in. I'm like, okay, fine. So
Yeah, don't twist my arm.
it's kind of nice. They loaned that to me. Ended up using it the whole week. But we put that in, and then Monday started buried in the heat race. But I wasn't too worried about it. And then on the first lap, first corner, the guy in the front row outside spun, and I dove under him to miss him. But he caught me in the tail, right behind the tire. Didn't hit the wheel or nothing. So going down the backstretch, I romped on the throttle. I'm like, oh, it feels okay. And went to hit the brakes going into the corner and hit the clutch instead. So as soon as I hit the clutch, the car actually sped up. Did a 180, went off of turn 3, coasted backwards down the berm. There was a caution for the guy that spun out on the track, but I was stopped too. So I pulled back on, and they didn't say anything, or I couldn't hear them on my receiver, and took the green flag with the field, and then they waved the black flag at me. And
Told you were done.
yeah, if you get a black flag at Boone, which it happens a lot, like they don't put up with no rough driving, no shitty sliders. Like it'll get you kicked out. You have like one lap to get off the track, or they really start fucking screaming at you on the receiver. So I just pulled off. We were done for that day.
Yeah.
Which sucked because I think we were okay. But then so Tuesday is your last day to qualify for that show Saturday. So Tuesday you're all in, and I was all wound up and changing a bunch of shit on the car and working on it all morning and getting ready to go, and then just ran like absolute dog shit in my heat race.
So
I talked to him. He was wound up.
so
I was wound for sound.
So hindsight, changing all that shit, do you think it caused you to run like shit?
No,
or-
I think the car was really good.
Okay.
Tuesday, the car was good enough to at least make a B main. So if you don't qualify for the qualifying feature that day
Yep.
to get into the big dance on Saturday, you run a B main for points.
Okay.
Now, had I got into a B main for points, mathematically there was no way I could get enough points to make it into Wednesday's last chance race. But I'm here to race. I owe it to my sponsors and my family and stuff that are watching at home to be on the track every chance I get.
Yeah.
So I would have definitely raced it. But I just fucked up real bad. I think I was in 4th or 5th. I might have been in 3rd. I don't know. Top 2 went. And there was a rut on the top of turn 1, and I hit it, and it bounced me right off the track. Come back on the track in 5th. Track the guy in front of me down. Well, then I fucked up again. And going into the last corner, I was in 6th, I think, which was the last spot to get into a B main, and just absolutely blew the corner. I was going to slide from the bottom to the top of the track was my plan, and I started sliding the car, and the ass end just kept coming around, so to get way out of the throttle. Well, then I was in the middle. It was all crumbs during the day. Couldn't get going, and 2 guys passed me. I think we finished fucking last. So that was it. We were done.
Did you have fun while you're out there that week?
Outside of racing, I had a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I texted him that day, and I said, because I what's it called, my race pass.
Yeah.
I follow my race pass because
Okay.
it shows me. Like last night, I knew he got 4th in his feature that he did because I saw it before I sent him a message. But
Did you like favorite him as a driver
no,
then?
no, I just
Okay.
look up
No,
where
you
he's
can
racing.
you just pull up any track that's racing
Yeah.
that day that uses
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah,
Like all the tracks we race at use my race pass for all their lineups, everything. It's because you used to have to walk and look at a whiteboard, and then you'd walk back up and look at it again. Now it's all on your phone.
yeah, and
It's
you
kinda
can
nice.
look like you can see what the lineup's going to be like. Is it going to be like hobby stocks, then sport mods? Who's going to
Okay.
run first?
Yeah,
but
every track posts every track we go to puts everything on my race pass.
So
Okay.
I was messaging him. He's like, "Yeah, I'm done for the day. Now it's time to party." And then I happened to scroll through Facebook and I see this clip and I'm like, "Oh, I better look at this." And there was it hobby stocks or stock cars that those 2 guys got out and fought?
Sport mods.
Sport mods. These 2 guys got out and just fucking duked it out. Like,
Really?
oh yeah, we're fighting hard. And I texted Ryan and I said,
On the track in the pits?
Oh, on the front stretch.
on the front stretch.
Oh, really?
And I texted Ryan and I said, "Well, at least you didn't wreck your car and you're not fighting." And his response was, "I would have rather fought and made it on TV than raced the way I did."
I rewatched one of my heat races, and when I went off the corner and come back on, the announcer's like, "Oh, tough luck there for the 69er. Might not even make it into a qualifying spot for a B main." And I didn't. I was like, fuck. But no, those guys, sport mod race, They stuffed each other into the wall, and the one dude got out and ran over there, and the other guy was getting out, and he knocked him on the ground, and they got up and like, not like shoving, like haymakers being thrown.
Really?
And actually, one guy was wearing a fire suit made by Velocita, who's a massive safety equipment company.
Okay.
They took that clip of them fighting and made an ad out of it.
No shit.
They're like, you see how our driver with the full flex arm shoulders could really swing?
They're just really leading into it.
And that guy got knocked down on the ground, and they're like, you see how he went to the ground so he got more power on his next punch stand up? Like, dude, it was, whoever their freaking advertising and marketing guy is did phenomenal.
Deserves a raise.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Dude, it's crazy.
To explain how big Boone is.
Well, no, it's just crazy in general, though, before you go back to Boone, on the way these, like, the racers are. Like, they fight a lot.
Well, I can imagine with as much money and time you have invested into it, you want to do your best. And when somebody fucking does something to you, it kind of offends you a little bit more than just walking down the street and getting shoulder checked.
It does. And there's times where accidents are going to happen, right?
Yeah.
We're racing. It's close quarters.
Yeah.
It's tight. Mistakes happen. Cars get tore up. It's when, like, you don't think it was a mistake.
Well,
you think it was on purpose. And then there's just people just doing dumb things. Like,
there's arrogance, right? So when you were running the Hawkeye 100 in Maquoketa, the Outlaws, and you came around that corner 3 and 4, and you went to dive down in front of that guy, and he drove right into you, and instead of letting off, he fucking just hammered on the gas and drove you straight over the embankment.
So that was egregious.
He could have lifted and we both could have finished and qualified for the feature. Instead, he laid it to the wood. We both ended up off the track. Neither one of us finished, and we started dead last.
Ryan got air off the embankment. Like,
really?
Yeah. 4 times this year, my car has gone off the track Dukes of Hazzard style. And 2 were because I got hit in the right rear and just drove all the way off. Once was in hot laps. The guy spun and was sitting on the high side at Davenport, and I had nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And so I just, cranked it to the right and held on.
TikTok of that.
Yeah, there's a TikTok out there of that one. That was a bad one. And one other time I went flying off. But that's really hard on suspension parts.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
and that Maquoketa one, that dude didn't let off at all.
No.
Like, he just kept going into it. He was a young kid.
Yeah.
And that's what really gets them amped up. Or I don't know what happened during the fair this year, but you got spun out in the fair this year.
Same thing with a different guy we raced with all the time.
Yeah.
And that actually broke a steel brake line, so I was done for the night.
Right.
So I got a question for you. I know that in the past you and I have talked about, or you've mentioned it to us, that you've had your own YouTube channel for your Ryan Reed Racing. Have you ever thought about just taking a bunch of GoPros like for the whole season and then doing like, one thing that's really popular right now is like everybody says like, what's it cost to run a laundromat? What's it cost to run a car wash, whatever it may be. So can you go into it and say, okay, here's the beginning of the season. Here's what I have. At the end of the season or after each week of racing, you're like, okay, well, here's what I spent on the car this week. Here's what I made in winnings.
That's actually not a bad idea.
So that like other people, I mean, it's really popular. I know that you've had a channel for racing, but I didn't know if that was something you
I
were
have a
interested
YouTube
in.
channel and there's race videos on it. But
you had a
and I have-
GoPro in when you turtle flipped.
yeah, when I flipped it, I have 2 GoPros. I just got to find the chargers and the mounts for them.
I think that would be really awesome.
But like super popular right now is everybody wants to make their own YouTube channel, and do like vlogs of their racing. Like, Hunt the Front is a huge popular one that I like to watch them. And I thought about doing that for a bit, but it might be better to throw all the financials out there too, so people can kind of understand.
I have no idea.
I think it would pick up really quick.
What's crazy is like I probably spend a lot more money than I realize, and I think people would shit their pants. Like the guys that do it for a living, like the late models that were there at the Hawkeye 100 and stuff. Those guys, the amount of money they spend. Look at so just this weekend was Knoxville Nationals out in Knoxville, Iowa.
Yeah,
and it's a big late model race. It was hammered down there Thursday. They got rain, and they still raced. They destroyed, and I'm not talking like, oh, we hit and we tore some stuff up. Destroyed 3 late models that are easily $150,000 cars.
Really?
And I'm talking like end over end, just
Destroyed.
Pieces hanging off. Hi, buddy.
Frame twisted.
Like just junk. And it's a shame, but it happens. It's part of racing,
Right.
Now the kid that won it all, Hudson O'Neill, he was one of those cars that got destroyed. They pulled a backup car and he ended up winning it all, which is kind of cool. I like Hudson. He's a good little driver.
Yeah, but the difference is like when you talk about like the Hawkeye 100 and the Outlaw drivers, when they win, it's like a $70,000 purse, right?
No,
or
sometimes.
more.
They're usually racing for like 10, maybe 15 grand.
And they also have some bigger sponsors.
They have big sponsors, but they're still like the amount of money they're spending. That race, like one race team, the amount of money they're spending every year is outrageous. You're never gonna make your money.
$1 million bucks.
Oh,
More.
yeah, easy.
Yeah, but aren't the Outlaws and them? They do that for a living.
When your
right?
hauler's $500,000, yeah, they're doing it for a living. A lot of those drivers, if they're not driving their own stuff, are paid drivers.
Right.
Yeah.
Look at a popular guy from, well, he lived in California or Arizona and moved here. Ricky Thornton Jr. is his name.
Yep.
He's a paid driver.
Yeah.
You know, he gets paid to race that car.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, if you don't perform, you're out. He's one of the best drivers in the country.
He run out in Knoxville this weekend?
Yeah, he got second.
Did he?
Yep. Yeah, he got second.
Who got first?
Hudson O'Neill.
Did he?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
and
usually-
Hudson's like a legacy driver. His dad raced and won a lot of shit back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to the Dome in St. Louis and watched Hudson when he was like 16 qualify for that. And just no fear, like fucking send it.
Right. So before we get into more stories of Boone,
I got some more good ones.
and about like the parties and stuff after the racing's done, or when you didn't race good all week and you have to party instead of race. Let's get a quick word from our sponsor, Van's Liquor at East Dubuque, Illinois, and Cincinnati Avenue. Visit Van's Liquor for all your beverage needs. Here's a word from our sponsor.
Are you ready to make every moment unforgettable? Well, we've got the perfect pit stop for you. Van's Liquor. Need a rare bottle for that special occasion? Van's Liquor has it. Craving the finest beers for your weekend hangout? Van's Liquor has it. Just over the bridge at 470 Cincinnati Avenue, East Dubuque. Van's Liquor has everything you need to turn the ordinary into extraordinary. Don't settle for less. Choose the best at Van's Liquor. Your celebration headquarters in East Dubuque.
All right, we are back. Van's Liquor in East Dubuque, Illinois, Cincinnati Avenue for all your beverage needs. There's a ghost. Talking a little bit about Boone Super Nationals and racing in general with the 69er, Ryan Reed.
The flying mullet.
The flying mullet. Before we get into that, Ryan shared a video. I think why he was out in Boone. It was a flashback of an interview you did in Boone.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll send it. We'll get it posted on our socials too.
We will. It was hilarious if you didn't see it.
It was from 2000. It was not last year, the year before. So 2022, 2023.
Okay.
What are we in? 24?
We're in 25.
2023. It's been a long couple days.
Keep taking a guess. You'll get
it. So if you win a heat race out there, if you win anything at Boone, it's huge. So you got to figure, just to put this into scale. So like at Maquoketa on a weekly night, there's maybe 20 sport mods there.
Yeah.
You go to Boone, and there's 200 of the best sport mods in the country. To put it in total, there was 1,165 cars between all the classes.
Yeah, what on an average night in Maquoketa is like 110?
Like 100 cars.
Yeah.
So you got to figure everyone in the country. Well, there were people from Canada there. There were drivers from Australia there. Like, it's a huge race.
Wow.
So if you win something, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
We won a heat race out there 2 years ago. And anytime you win a heat race, you pull into victory lane and they interview you, which was fucking awesome because it's an Australian guy. His name is Wade Aringer. He's
Oi,
cool.
mate.
Yeah, he's got the accent and everything, just like that.
That sounded British.
Let's
actually.
throw another shrimp on the bobby. But so I pulled up and I had my awesome mustache and mullet, and they're like, "Is that a mustache and a mullet?" And they give you a Casey's hat because Casey sponsors it all. So I took my hat off and I'm like flipping my hair, and they're just dying. And then he interviewed me. I redrew an 8, which you have to finish 8 or better in the feature that night to go on to Saturday's big show. And me being the all-knowing, cocky, crap, talking guy I am, I'm like, it's fine. We drew an 8. We'll just go forward and win it, and it's no big deal. They're like, okay. And then he's like, it's an iconic look. You got to have the ladies all over you. And I was like, well, we do, but I keep a big stick in my trailer, and we just beat them away from us. We're working on the car. Get away from us, ladies. And them guys didn't really know what to say.
Yeah, I caught them off guard.
Every once in a while, somebody brings that thing up. It's just, I don't know. I was just having fun.
Yeah.
I want to go back and get an interview with him again, hopefully maybe next year.
Next year.
He'd be like, you still have the mustache and the mullet.
He probably won't remember me, but yeah, sure.
So what is the what's the good words from Boone this year, the story wise? You haven't told me all of them because you're like, I'm saving them for the podcast, Mike.
Yeah. So when you're not racing at Boone, so Boone is the only track I've ever been to where you can drink in the pits all day as long as you're not driving.
Really?
all day.
What?
Yep. Races are going on. You can drink there.
Huh.
Not
I
this
figured the crowd for
Not
sure.
this year, but once upon a time we were there. I was there racing, getting in the car, getting ready to go. And the guy pitted next to me, his sister, just absolutely fucking hammered. So I'm strapped in my car, and she dives in the passenger window. It's like face to face with me. She's like, "Good luck, buddy. We'll be cheering for you." And I'm like, "Thanks.
Okay.
Get the fuck out of my car. Like, I got to go to staging."
Where's my stick?
So, yeah, where's my stick? Get this pit lizard
Wouldn't
away
meet
from me.
weight
Lizard.
regulations.
No, so I go to staging, sit in staging for maybe 10 minutes, go out and race, come back, and as I'm driving back to my trailer, I drive past his enclosed trailer, and there's a lawn chair in there, and she is just in that chair, just passed the fuck out. Empty bottle sitting next to her. I'm like, oh my gosh. And her brother's like, every fucking weekend. Every fucking weekend. I'm like, this
Don't
is
even know why she
amazing.
comes.
That's a girl who lives for the weekend.
Yeah. Well, shit.
Huge race fan.
Yeah.
Big race fan.
You know what? Love the
Well,
naps.
I mean, I've been there. There's a picture out there somewhere. The owner of Harris Auto Racing, his mom has it. We partied all night there, and I wasn't racing. I was just with my buddy Mike, and he was camping at Ledges State Park, which is about 10 miles from the track.
Beautiful park.
And he was like, "I'm ready to go to the camper." I'm like, "I'm not. I'm here to party. I'm having fun.
Yeah.
Just go, man." And he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Just go. I'll figure it out. I'll get a ride for somebody else or something. I'll figure it out. Just go." He's like, "Okay, I'm leaving for real." I'm like, "Go."
I'll sleep next to that passed out lady.
So he left.
I got my eyes on somebody, guys.
I'm drinking all night, partying, and a buddy of mine, Mike Tilley's his name, we go back to the haulers, and he's like, "I'm hungry." I'm like, "Me too." So he grilled some pork chops.
Yep.
So I ate a pork chop, turned around, and there was a lawn chair and another lawn chair and a blanket. So I sat down in one lawn chair, put my feet on the other, stuck my half-eaten pork chop on a fork in the cup holder, and passed the fuck out.
You slept there all night.
Yeah, they woke me up at 11 o'clock the next day.
Oh my God.
Fuck.
And the only reason they woke me up was to make sure I was okay. Like, I
What
was
time
like-
do you
I
think
was
you
like, yeah,
passed
I was
out?
sleeping so good. Oh, man, it had to be like 4
Oh,
or
okay.
5 in the morning.
Okay.
But I slept so good.
like-
Like,
I wonder at what point at night the whichever person was with you last was like, "Okay, I'm done watching this guy sleep." I'm like, I gotta get it going too.
no, nobody. It was just us. It was just us two. And then he went in there, the toter, and went to bed. And I'm like, fuck it. I just laid down and went to sleep.
So that wasn't this year. That was
No, that's in my younger years. Dad used to race it a lot too, and there were several years when Dad was there racing that he was coming out of the toter in the morning, and I was going to bed.
Oh man,
Yeah, which
those are good nights.
and then I was getting woke up like, I got to race in 30 minutes, and I need your help on the car. You
so
know,
this
stuff
year
like
you
that.
pulled the RV and camped out there yourself, right?
Yeah, I
at
took
the track.
Took the RV and camped in the pits at the track, which is a blast. But yeah, so there's the people from Canada next to me. They were a lot of fun. We'd set beer pong up over there every night and play beer pong, which I kicked their Canadian asses.
No, do you usually
Like to throw
park,
it out there.
Do you usually park in the same spot, or is
It
first
usually,
come, first serve?
no, it's all assigned. Like
Yeah.
you pay $100 to get a pit,
Yeah, no,
pit
I mean,
stall.
might as
and
well,
then they
right?
have pit stalls with concrete pads that you put your car on, and that's $150 for the week.
oh shit.
But I'm like, put me in the grass. They're 2 foot wider because
Yep.
every pit spot is only 10 foot wide, and the grass is 12. I'm like, I need a wide enough spot to run slide outs out on the camper and all this
okay.
stuff. So I put it out there all week.
Yep.
But I mean, it's, dude, when racing stops, you get, so it used to be golf carts and 4-wheelers nonstop just doing a loop.
Yeah.
Now they only let them go for about an hour because people are idiots.
Yeah.
Which I was an idiot this year, so I'll get into that story here in a minute. This story is kind of.
He's like, because people are idiots. Me.
Well, let me tell
I
you.
don't.
what
I don't want to tell this story. Well, I kind of got roped into it, but I mean, I beat the shit out of the Canadians in beer pong, which
Yeah.
was a lot of fun. I brought a ton of meat with me, so like the last 2 nights, I cooked chicken for everybody. I had like a shitload of chicken. I cooked a bunch of steaks the last day for supper. But we just had fun. You know, that's what I want to do. I want to have fun. So there's some young kids pitted next to me on one side. Not young kids. They're like 23, 24-year-old. That's young to me.
Right.
Yeah.
They're racing, and their grandpa owned the car, and one of them was driving, and his cousin was helping him, and they're like, "Grandpa said we can't have any fun, but don't tell him." I'm like,
Grandpa.
you park next
Tell
to the
him.
perfect guy.
Tell
I'm
him
like,
what?
we are gonna have fun.
We're
Like,
gonna get
as soon as you're ready to have fun, I'm ready.
Yeah.
So we're playing beer pong, like getting a little tore up, and all of a sudden this golf cart pulls up, and this guy gets off of it just because we have our pit area lit up and people are hanging out. So people are stopping. We're listening to music and stuff.
Yeah.
And I sat in the driver's seat of his golf cart and was like, "Hey, I want to go up by the stage because there's a stage in the pits, and usually they have a band One night a week they'll have strippers. Like, it's crazy. No strippers this year though, which is kind of sad.
I mean,
What's racing without strippers?
I know, it's kind of upset. I didn't see very many boobs either. A few, but not enough. So this golf cart stops. The guy gets off it. I get in the driver's seat. I'm like, hey, can I run to the stage and back? And he's like, I don't give a fuck. Well, there's a lady in the passenger seat, and she's like, that's my husband. This is our golf cart. I want to drive. I'm like, fuck it. It's your. Who am I to say you can't drive your own golf cart? So I get out. She slides over. I get in the driver's seat, and we take off. This golf cart was fast.
yeah.
Like, easily 30-mile-an-hour golf cart. And she is fucking obliterated.
Annihilated.
And I'm a little better, but not much better. Like,
Yeah.
I could drive the golf cart probably better than she was.
Yep.
She's kind of all over the place. So we get
Well,
up to
you
this.
are a race car driver.
Yeah,
We get up to the stage.
Maybe you could drive it better than she could sober.
That'll play into the story later. So we get up to the stage, and there's not much going on, just people standing around. Guys there's a hat being passed around with a shitload of money in it, and they're trying to get at least a pair of tits up on the stage. They're like, we'll give you all the money. Come up here and take your shirt off. And nobody was taking them up on it. It was cold, too, so I think that didn't help. But
Did you go up there?
no, I should have,
I would have.
because I could
You didn't
use
specify.
I could have used that money. No, so
What'd the kitty get up to?
I don't know. We left. So we drive down, like, the pits are a big circle. So we're going back down the other side of the circle. And we had to stop because one of the kids that was on the back fell off. And, like, he's rolling around on the ground. I picked him up and set him on the back of the golf cart. I'm like, hold on. Don't fall off again. Well, when we took off again, I told the girl driving, I was like, I'll work the gas for you. She's like, okay. So I just matted it. And we're screaming. And we're coming up to the corner to go down the other side of the pits where I'm pitted. Take my foot off the gas. She goes, I'm going to drift this bitch. Full speed around the corner. I tried to reach for the brakes but couldn't find them. Right into the back of a toter. Full fucking speed. A toter's like an RV,
Oh,
but it looks like a semi on the front.
Yep,
So
yep,
right
yep.
into the back
Gotcha.
of it. Slammed it. I'm like, fuck. I got thrown off. I rolled twice, stood up, and just walked away. So, like, this is not going to be good. I don't want to even be around it. The two kids on the back got thrown off. One of them was just laying in the weeds.
So-
Didn't know where he was.
Were these one of the two kids that are like 26 and 23 that Grandpa said
Pitted
you
right
can't
next to
have
me
fun
that can't have fun. Yeah. One's laying in the weeds, doesn't know where he is.
Oh my god!
And his cousin is back. So I get back to our trailer, and I'm like, that chick just wrecked that golf cart. And the owner, I saw him walk off all pissed. And
The owner of the golf cart?
yeah, I
So
saw
he
him
knew
walk
it already?
off. Oh, yeah, somebody told him. And I didn't know who he was or anything. So I walked back over there. I'm like, holy fuck, that wasn't good. Like, you know, and proceed to keep partying. And then we go to bed. So I wake up the next morning, and there's a pounding on my camper door. And I think it's somebody fucking with me. So I open it, and I'm in like
guy, isn't
basketball shorts and a tank top that says I flexed and my sleeves fell off. Open the door, and I got to look like shit.
God.
And it's a lady, and she runs the parking for Boone. She works for the track. She's like, there he is. You need to come out here. I'm like, let me put on shoes. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. So I put on shoes, and as I'm walking between the haulers to like the back where the cars are, I see one of those kids over there, and he won't even look at me. He's just staring at the ground, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So as soon as I get back there, she goes, you stole a golf cart last night, and you hit a toter. This is the owner of the golf cart. This is the owner of the toter. You need to make it right, or we're calling the cops. And I'm like, whoa, do I get to explain? They're like, no. I said, hang on.
Yeah.
I said, I wasn't driving the fucking golf cart. I said, your wife drove the golf cart. He's like, my wife's not here. I'm getting a divorce. She's not here. I'm like, the girl on the golf cart said she was your wife and she wanted to drive it, and I'm not going to tell her no. So she drove it. And he's like, oh, yeah, there was a girl on there. I just didn't know if you guys. And I'm like, we switched seats. I wasn't driving.
Yeah. So it's all on him then.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, we got to find this. So they called her because he had her number.
Yeah.
They called her, and then they were trying to find her. Couldn't find her.
Yeah, because she's
And I'm like, they're
gone.
like, all right, we'll let
She's
you,
in the weeds.
we'll let you know. So I thought it was over and done with. Well, then I get a call about an hour later. You need to come over by that toter that was hit.
Yeah.
I'm like, now what?
Your story and
So
her story don't match up.
So I go walking over there, and she's there. I'm like, thank goodness they found her. Because the lady that worked for the track, she was cool about it. She's like, yeah, the guy that owns the toter wants to call the cops. And I'm like, no, I don't want to involve the cops. We don't have to. But go ahead and call them. I wasn't driving.
Yeah.
Walk over there. They go, she said your foot was on the gas pedal when you went around the corner. I'm like, no.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. Well, that's what she said. You guys need to figure this out. Or the guy that owned the toter was there. He's like, I'm calling the cops. I'm like,
Well,
what?
cops.
At that point, I was just done with it. I was like, I don't want the cops here. I don't want all this. I just want to enjoy the rest of my week. I'm like, what's it going to take to get this done and over with? He's like, well, I just want my toter paid for. And it did put a dent in the back of it. I mean, they're like solid. It's like a semi-frame.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's it going to take? He's like, I don't know, maybe like $1,500. I'm like, no. I said, get a quote. I said, I know a guy here who repairs semis and toters and stuff like that. I'll have him come over and look at it to give you a quote. Well, hang on, I'll send pictures to a buddy that can fix it. I'm like, all right, that's fine. Because that seems high. And then I looked at the guy with the golf cart and said, what's it going to take well, I don't even know yet. So go look. And then I looked at that girl and I said, you're paying for half this shit.
Yeah.
She's like, well, that's fine. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. You were fucking driving. So the guy whose toter we hit was a racer. He ended up actually winning the Boone Nationals.
Oh,
He
wow.
won it all. And I told him, he looked at me, he's like, you race, don't you? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, I would think you would know to slow down going around a corner. I'm like, you fucking think?
Yeah.
So it ended up being $1,300 for the toter. So there was $650 and another two for my half of the golf cart. So
2,000?
200.
2,000. Oh, I didn't know.
So yeah, I spent $850 on not even racing stuff while I was at Boone.
What a story, though.
Fuck, dude. It's kind of embarrassing, but
No, I mean, dude.
kind of fucking funny. I was still
That's a
laughing
life
about it. Then my buddy Trey come out there who he races too, and he's like, only you, man. Only you come up with these fucking stories.
Yeah.
Only you.
Dude,
like,
you ain't wrong.
Dude,
Story. They're experiences, brother.
So my armband that you get, it's like a week-long pass that's permanent you put on.
Yeah.
My watch was getting like scratching it up and turning it white.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to get kicked out. So I went and got a new one, and I was talking to the gal who gave me a new one. She's like, oh, yeah, I'm related to the owner of the track. Next time you come out, let me know. I can help you get a good pit spot and all this shit. I'm like, oh, that's cool. So I gave her my snap and shit so we could say, well, then I was snapping her. So her friends that she knows were sponsoring. They do an all-star race there for every class. Or no, it's just the modifieds and the stock cars. And you have to win at least a feature of $1,000 purse or more to get into this all-star race. And then they qualify and they do heats. And well, they were sponsoring. It was Elmquist Towing, I think.
Okay.
No, not Elmquist. I don't know. It's some tow truck company. But they were racing on Saturday or Friday, and the modified all-star race was on Friday. And they're like, oh, she goes, well, no one wants to drive the tow truck as a pace truck. And I'm like, I'll fucking drive it as a pace truck. She goes, okay, come down about 20 minutes before the race. And
I just wrecked a golf cart.
you can, yeah, I told him that story. Oh, I didn't tell him. I didn't tell him. I didn't tell him until after. But I was like, I looked
I'm
at
gonna
my
drift this shit.
my buddy. Yeah, I'm gonna drift this corner. My buddy Trey was like, I told him, I'm like, hey, let me take your kid. I'm gonna drive the pace truck for the all-star race. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, it's sponsored by a tow truck company. I'm gonna drive their tow truck. And he's like, how? I'm like, so I started telling the story. He's like, only fucking you
Would
like
make-
get
Well,
into
you know
these
why?
fucking deals or whatever.
Yeah.
It ended up not working because they rolled their stock car that they were racing and couldn't race anymore that day. So they ended up being able
Driving
to
their
drive
own.
the tow truck. But he was like, only you. I'm like, the coolest part is you pull the infield and get to watch the race from the infield, which is like some of the best views of
Yeah,
racing.
that's cool.
But I mean, it didn't work out. But I was lined up to do it. and
Yeah,
he's-
that's awesome.
Yeah, my buddy Trey's just like, we need to hire a camera crew to just fucking follow you around.
Well, it's
Seriously.
because you just talk to anybody.
Oh, I do.
It's just like,
I-
hey, thanks for the bracelet. Hey,
Hey.
by the way, where are you from?
At
what are you
Makokota
doing?
last night, I started talking to the guy next to me. He knew who I was. He knows my family, all kinds of stuff. He's a farmer down by Andrew. I'm like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. Talked to
I'm
him for a
telling you.
while.
Who was
Just
Driscoll's the last name.
throw a GoPro on a fucking strap or a backpack, man,
Just,
and just
fucking put one on my forehead and wear it around all
just
the time.
wear it around, dude. Yeah.
I'm just gonna get the camera like the old school Girls Gone Wild videos with the bright ass lighting everything up.
Like,
Don't shake your head. You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
We all called that
do.
number once or twice to see what it was all about. No,
He's watching some illegal channels here.
yeah, that shit at Boone sucked. I mean, the races were good. It was looking back now, like I wish I didn't have to spend that money, but the story though out of it is fucking hilarious.
dude,
I woke
I
up.
probably would have been.
I
like,
woke up the
my-
next morning
dude,
before I got in
was
trouble
not
for
driving.
it and was laughing. Like the next morning, I was like, I can't fucking
I
believe
just
that happened.
I wish I saw a video of that
Well-
when he hits it and he flies off and he rolls twice and just gets up and walks.
Well, you know how they found me? Someone took my picture
Running
while I was
away?
partying. No, while I was partying the next night, the rest of the night
Yeah,
over
yeah.
by my pit. So that's how they were like, it's got to be one of these pit stalls. And then they had my picture, and they're like,
Yeah, that's
how we. Yeah, as soon as I opened the door, that's him. I'm like, what's going on?
Well,
Little
luckily,
Ryan.
like, did you have to race that day or no?
No, I was done. Right
Okay, because like luckily you'd like
Little did
Didn't
Ryan
kick me
know.
out. Get the fuck out.
no, they didn't see you
He was
like
drinking that night.
getting ready to get in your
after
car.
that.
There's
Yeah.
the guy.
He was
I've got-
drinking that night
yeah.
after that, and all of a sudden he looked and he saw someone with a camera, and he goes,
No, I was talking to somebody about that, and I seen somebody real far away, and it looked like they were holding their phone up. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
I should have
shit.
just been smart. I should have just went straight to bed. That's what
Yeah.
I should have fucking done.
So here's
Well,
what you,
if
here's
that
what you
would
do.
you still would have got you because they would have looked for you the next day.
You know what? The lesson I learned
You'd
was
have been driving the tow truck around
Well,
the fucking circle. And
the
be
whole
like, hey.
the whole rest of the week. I was like, no more fucking golf cart. I didn't get on a golf. I
Yeah.
walked everywhere
you know how
because there's a
funny
lot
it
of
would have been
ground.
though if Ryan would have hit it. He flew off. He rolled twice, got up and walked, and just walked straight into his camper and didn't say a word.
Yeah.
Go to bed, just straight in there, straight to bed.
Just
It-
know.
It was dumb, and I was a little embarrassed. I'm still a little embarrassed by it, but shit
Well,
happens.
at least you can admit that, dude. That's pretty hard to
Yeah.
do sometimes.
yeah.
So next year, you grow the full beard out before you go, and each day.
I thought about.
each
I was like,
night,
I should have shaved.
You should shave.
should've
And then
shaved
it's
it
like,
all
oh,
off.
this guy had a beard. No, he's got handlebars today.
Yeah, that's not that
that's
guy.
weird. That's
He's got a
not
goatee today.
Every night before you go to bed,
Yeah.
shave something off. Make it different.
But this smile looks the same all the time.
By the end of the week, you'll look like him.
yeah. All right.
Well, glad Boone was fun, even though you raced like a jackass.
Yeah, I race like shit. I mean, we'll go back next year. It's a deal where like people have gone year after year after year and never made the big show. Like,
Yeah.
you have
Right.
to have your shit together.
Yeah.
So. But I mean, race season as a whole was okay. Yeah, it was pretty decent. So
Yeah. You raced last night too.
yeah, race last night was so I was gonna be done after Boone, and it was so bad that I was like, this car sucks. I need to do a lot of work to it. Blah 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 blah. I went and helped my buddy Trey Friday night race. He races a sport mod also, Trey Jacobs, and I was watching and I was like, man, I bet if I spent 3 hours working on my car, I could be ready to go and just check some other things.
Mm-hmm.
I got home at 12:30 after helping him and worked on my car till 3:30 in the morning. I mean, I was fucking welding, cutting,
nuts.
like taking stuff off, hammering it back straight, welding it back together, and then got up, came up to the farm, went back, finished the car for an hour, and ended up racing last night. And it ended up turning out real good. I got third in the heat.
Yeah.
Nice.
Started 12th in the feature and ended up fourth. So I was pretty happy with it. It was a good night. Had a lot of fun. I was talking to another kid who races a sport mod with me, and he brought his new girlfriend. And they came over and talked to me, and she was with him, but she was standing there like real quiet, and he didn't really introduce us. And anytime I've taken like a newer girlfriend to the racetrack,
Yeah.
I always try to get them introduced and talk to people so they'll want to keep coming, right? Otherwise, they're like, oh.
It's
This is boring.
it's kind of intimidating if you don't, because
Yeah.
all these people know each other.
Right.
Right.
And I'm just trying to be polite. So I looked at her. I'm like, oh, well, what's your name? And she kind of got shy and like hid halfway behind him. And then she like told me her name. And I was like, so how long you been with him? Just making small talk, you know? And then they left. So after the races were over, he tore his car up real bad. He ass packed a guy and folded the whole nose in and stuff. So I walked. Yeah.
Did you guys catch that?
Yeah. He ass packed him.
Okay.
He rear-ended a guy.
Okay.
He pegged a dude.
Wrecked his car pretty good. So I walked over and was looking at it after the races to see how bad it was. He runs the same frame I do. You know, if he needed parts, I was going to my house. I could get him stuff. And I'm like, shit, it's not that bad. You can, talking to him for a little bit. And then I looked at him and I'm like, all year you've raced here and you haven't fucking put a dent in this car. But you bring your girlfriend once and you knock the whole fucking nose off. Dude, her jaw just dropped and she turned and looked at him right away. And my buddy Trey was like, Jesus Christ, Ryan. And he looked at her, and then his buddy that helps him was like, he's got a point. And I fucking started laughing. I'm like, I looked at her, I'm like, I'm sorry, but I'll make those jokes all the time. Stick around, it only gets better. And then we walked away.
See you
We were
later.
leaving, and my buddy Trey's like, I can't fucking believe you sometime. Like, well, just,
Sometimes there's no filter.
yeah,
Well,
none.
None.
Non-filtered Ryan is the best Ryan.
That's a funny joke. I mean,
It
it was a
is.
funny joke.
Oh, it's fucking
and
hilarious.
if they laugh, then it's a joke that you never forget.
He
But if
ran-
you'd be like, oh shit, maybe
He ran
it
better
is.
yesterday, and she was there, so it's obviously not true.
Yeah.
But when they walked up before the races yesterday, I was like, oh, I see you about your bad luck charm again.
Just dig in.
Well, then I looked at her, I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm actually really a sweetheart. And he's like, that's your new nickname. So now he's just going to start calling me sweetheart, I guess.
Hey.
I called him up yesterday to see if he was racing. He's like, yeah, I'm in DeWitt. I'm going to eat something for lunch quick, and then I would get the car or whatnot. And he pulls into Subway, I guess, and they were close. He didn't know it, and I don't know what I said it, but I didn't know I was on speakerphone, and I said something like, "All right, bitch," and he like was out of the car on speakerphone, and these two old ladies walked by.
No, it was like one probably gal in her late 20s, early 30s walking by, and as soon as bitch just gets blared out, I'm like, dude, and she just kind of like, you seen her kind of like, huh? I'm like, oh man.
No.
He pulls into McDonald's and he's like, hold on, and he orders 20 fucking chicken nuggets, and he must have got to the window, and I went, how many did you fucking order? And he goes, 20, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude.
That's
and
all I got was chicken nuggets.
Six-pack
No
now.
fries, nothing else.
Are you off it?
It's no, I'm kind of on it, kind of off it.
Sounds
The
like you're
dude at
off
the
it,
window,
Ryan.
I'm look, I haven't been religiously carnivoring, but I
Okay.
haven't put any weight on.
Okay.
I'm still down 75.
The dude at the
Saying
You're
window
doing
fucking
great.
was
280 to
laughing.
288-ish. I'm
Didn't
staying in that
realize the
800
McDonald's guy heard
Good.
me say that.
range. Yeah, the McDonald's guy started laughing as he's handing my debit card back.
Well, I got a
Because
question.
he's
How
chastising
Hey,
me
he
for
probably
getting
said,
20
I
chicken
I
nuggets.
threw 2 extra in for you, pal.
20 chicken nuggets and a Diet Coke, please.
I'll take a liter of cola.
This guy's
Literally,
hopeless.
It was like, and then like literally 5 minutes later, he's like, "Well, that was good." I'm like, "You already fucking ate them."
It wasn't 5 minutes. It's like
30
maybe
seconds.
10. I'm halfway to McCausland from
I was like,
DeWitt.
"Did you dip them in anything?" He's like, "Ranch, 2 bites." I'm like, "So you had 40 chicken nuggets?"
it was actually barbecue sauce, but yeah.
So you're that old guy that always talks on speakerphone.
Well, yeah.
McDonald's, it was in the truck.
Dude, a lot of the times I'm doing shit. So I'm going
Right.
to put, like, if he calls me and I'm working in the garage, he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, working on the car. And the phone's sitting on the car and I'm fucking wrenching on something.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to
Clink.
stop while I'm talking
we
to
need
you.
to get you some AirPods or something, bud.
I have some. I just leave them in. I leave them in the race truck because I put them on when I listen. I listen to music while I wash
Right.
the car.
Oh,
Because I wash the car after I race.
Okay.
So like I'll be driving home from Davenport. I'll drive all the way to DeWitt and wash. So it's like midnight, 1 a.m.
Yeah.
usually. I'm the only guy at the car wash. There's no line. It makes my next day go faster.
If it's
Why don't
already
you just
washed.
get a nice power washer?
I had one and it blew up. like the engine block blew apart.
Oh.
You got
okay.
a shop, right?
I got a garage.
You're a mechanic, right?
I'm
He's
not
got
washing it in the garage.
He's got a nice music
Here's the
system
thing,
in his
though.
garage.
My
What about-
yard,
You probably
like,
don't want to do it at your dad's.
no, it's too far away.
Okay.
Well, and then like the side yard
Excuse me.
next to the garage, it all sits right on the alley. So I don't want to wash it in the alley because I
Yeah.
feel bad for making a puddle for the neighbors.
Right.
So I'll drive it to the side yard, then I got to drive it back in, but then I got to move both my trucks and the trailer. It's just
Yeah, it
it's
just
just
makes it
easier to
easier.
go to the car
Yep.
wash
Yep.
Yep.
Right.
right now.
Right now.
Well, I'm glad you had a good trip to Boone.
Oh, it was so much
Um,
fun. Good season.
Yeah, it was a good
Thanks
season.
for coming out for a couple races.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Help you anytime.
Yeah.
Dickheads.
Fuck off.
All right.
No, you're all right.
I even won. I won the point night. I won two free tickets to the grandstands, and I texted Ryan to say, talk to your buddy, the promoter, and see if I can just swap them for one pit. And he's like, grandstand only. I'm like, well, tell him to give them to whoever he wants. Then I'm going to go in the pits. So I ended up spending money that night to get in the pits. But
That's all right.
I enjoy
It's fun.
helping him out.
Yeah,
So
we'll get you guys
yeah,
out to one next year.
on to 2026 season, starting off in Florida.
Yeah, that's the plan. Gonna go to right outside
What?
of
You're gonna
there's
go
a
to Florida racing?
there's a
Jesus.
been to Bristol. I might as well go to Florida.
Fuck, bro.
There's a race called Clash on the Coast. It's February 22nd, I think, to the end of the month. They only race 4 days, 2 days of practice, so there's 2 days of like go enjoy time on the beach. We're staying right outside of Pensacola.
Nice.
Got an Airbnb where you can take a block walk this way and be at the Intercoastal Beach, or
Mhm.
go this way and be in the Gulf.
They got a lot of golf carts out there. Better stay off of those fucks.
Dude, one of the Airbnbs
Comes with
came
one.
with a golf cart, but I was like, no, because we needed room for haulers and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, 'cause
we'll
Trey's
have to-
going with you too,
Yeah,
right?
Trey's gonna go down with me. It's
Nice.
us too.
Sounds like you're
Um,
saying like
Hauler.
down the holler.
Down the holler.
down in the
But your
hol-
mom's coming over.
those fucking Canadians were
You're
pitted
trying to
next
say
to me.
like haulers,
Yeah,
right?
those
Okay.
those fucking Canadians were pitted next to
Just
me, and
curious.
they had that Canadian like,
Yeah.
Accent. Hey,
oh
no,
yeah,
no.
hey,
Oh,
oh
no,
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 oh it's
Honore.
okay,
Don't
oh
you
yeah,
bet.
sure, you betcha. Stuff, dude. By the end of the week, by the end of the week,
Amish there.
by the end of the week, I was drawing out my vowels.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
you
I'm
learn
like
quickly.
I'm fucking picking the
Oh,
Canadian
yeah,
accent up.
bitch.
You do.
I'm like, get the fuck away from me.
I think you spend any amount of time in a country and you listen to it. Like when I went and played football in Australia, we had one guy on our team that he was like fucking Australian after 2 weeks. Like he's like, "Oh, hey boys, let's go out to the fucking ocean." I'm
Yeah.
like, no, dude,
Yeah, it was.
stop that shit right
Put
now.
another shrimp on
It
the
was fun.
barbie.
Stop that shit right
But
now.
dude, every day those guys, as soon as they were done racing,
Yeah.
they would leave for about an hour and come back with just 30 packs under their arms.
Okay. Canadians, what are they drinking? Molson?
Labatt
They were
Blue.
drinking Busch Light.
Okay. But
It's
if they're-
Iowa. There's
You're
not
in
really
Iowa,
many
bro.
other
You
choices.
ain't gonna get no Labatt Blue or Molson.
you get a Molson
Really?
sometimes.
Not out
here.
at fucking Boone Super Nationals.
I don't even
know,
know what
man.
that
I
is.
But-
don't know either.
Well, on to 2026 season for the Ryan Reed 69.
Looking for sponsors.
Looking for sponsors.
hey,
Hit
I
'em
gotta,
up.
is that a buddy's shirt or you're not? Maybe
No,
you
this
don't.
is Bobby Pierce. He drives a late model.
Okay,
for
well,
a living.
Dude, that shirt's tight. If you had one that had a
69er on it.
He's gonna get some shirts.
I think I'm gonna get some shirts next year.
Hey.
I'll hook you up.
Yep.
comfort colors, good, nice brand.
Probably like
This is a
red,
comfort color.
red and black and gray.
the brand.
Red or black or
yeah,
gray.
this is the brand.
It's called the Comfort Colors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, they're so nice.
They're
I just whatever,
they're like a vintage sticker.
whatever
Those-
shirt the T-shirt company uses. That's
right.
what it'll.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what it'll be.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I think you've been trying to wrap this show up for
Yeah,
5
I
minutes.
definitely
sorry.
have been, but no, that's fine. That's fine.
Hey man, I could talk about myself all day.
I know. That's why I'm trying to wrap it up because we don't have all day. But with that, see you next episode.
Absolutely.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yep.
Have a good one.
It's where you wanna be. We'll discuss the latest trends and the news of the day, and we'll tackle the tough topics in our own special way. So if you're looking for a place to escape and unwind,